I'm Cosmic Conroy, and you are very welcome to this, the Bitcoin Tarot podcast for the 3rd of August 2018, in which we answer the question, is technical analysis a load of old hokum? Is tarot reading any better? Last week, the card said that this current upcycle was at an end and would be completed. Let's go over to Chart and Chad for this week's report to find out what happened. Thanks, Conroy. Couple of interesting things happened this week. Coinbase, they finally released Great British Pound onto their market, so now all us Brits, we can buy our Bitcoin even more easily. Thanks, Coinbase. Second to happen this week, the decentralized prediction market, ARGA, someone uploaded assassination markets onto it. Contracts for assassinations. Still, no worse than any other death poll if you ask me, it's just betting. The Winklevoss twins, their ETF application was denied again. It's almost like the SEC are never going to allow an ETF Bitcoin on their markets. We'll wait and see on that. There's another one soon. What did all that do to the price? Well, as you can see, this is what the price was like last week when the tarot reading was that the wheel keeps turning and this market upcycle is at completion. Whereas my technical forecast was that we'll be squeezed between the moving averages, staying roughly level. Then what happened to the price is it stayed roughly level, squeezed between the moving averages until just about peaking through them at the end. So the judges have graded me an A- because it was a little bit through that 128 line. And they've granted you, Conroy, an A. So despite you beating me this round, I'm still taking the lead with a grade point average of a B against your still B-. So suck it, Conroy, suck it. How can I win and yet still end up falling behind? Maths, mate. Maybe you should learn some one day. Anyway, moving on to this week's reading. As we can see on the weekly candles here, the price has been squeezed between the moving averages and slightly pierced the bottom of the 128. Adding in the trend lines, you see we've not surprised that we bounced there. It does form the top of this triangle and likelihood is we're going to go down to the bottom of it yet again. Looking more closely at the daily candles, we can confirm all that I just said again. It's all still true. The 128 has been pierced. It will pause in here for a little while perhaps before probably going down to meet the moving average as it curls up, or perhaps to bounce off that prior high purple line there. Once it does so, might go up, might go down. Hard to say. That's probably for next week's show. Looking more closely, hourly candles, we see we do have a bear flag, so we are again still likely to go down. All the indications are we're likely to have trouble. So in summary, I'd say we're going downwards, maybe bouncing around the 50-day moving average. That's the end of my forecast, so back over to you, Conroy. Thanks, Chad. I did a quick reading to find out why you were really in the lead, and it's not because of maths, it's because of the star and betrayal and lovers. Have you been sleeping with the judges? Ugh, no way, mate. Have you seen them? True. On with the reading. We'll do our usual 4-card spread, with the first card representing the past, the second card represents the current moment, the third card represents the future of Bitcoin, and the final card represents a meta card. It's an overall causality, a reason for the timeline. So without further ado, let's begin with our first card. Our first card represents the last 7 days in Bitcoin, and that card is the 3 of Discs, works. This week has certainly felt like hard work, but usually you'd expect this to be successful work. You'd expect this card to represent excellence and good work. Confusing. Let's see what the next card brings. Our second card represents the current moment in Bitcoin. And that card, it's the 5 of Wands. Strife. This feels more like it. A battle of the bulls and the bears clashing it out in the market. It feels like this card is telling us we're currently on a knife edge. But which way will the knife fall? Let's find out the next card. Our third card represents the future of Bitcoin. The next 7 days. And that card is the Ace of Cups. Ah, bless. You can see the energy and passion flowing in the picture on this card. It represents newness because it's an ace, and it represents love and warmth and passion and energy. So this is good news for Bitcoin. It seems like all our hard work and strife might be going to pay off. But why? Let's check our causality card. Our final card represents an overall reason for this timeline. Let's find out what it is. The Seven of Cups, debauch, greed and wishful thinking. This seems to come up a lot in the causality place in Bitcoin readings. I guess that's markets for you. And so the meaning of the reading becomes clear. Because of greed and wishful thinking, all our hard work has come to nothing but strife. But hard work always pays off in the end, and soon we will have passion and abundance. Quite different readings from me and Chad this week. Can we both be right? That's the end of our show for this week. We'd like to do a longer format show with perhaps a focus on something other than price or some altcoins, but alas, we're too poor. If you'd like to change that, here's a Bitcoin address. If Bitcoin have raised the most when we reach the end of the fundraising cycle, then we will do no altcoin readings at all. On the other hand, here's an Ethereum address. If Ethereum are in the lead like they currently are, we'll do an Ethereum related side reading in the longer format show. Likewise with etc. They're currently in second place. If you send money here and you take the lead, we'll do an Ethereum Classic related side reading. Finally, if you like big blocks and you think Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin, here's a Bitcoin Cash address. Send money there now. The show is just 3% funded, so it's really all still to play for. And remember, if you can't donate, at least you can upvote and share and talk about us on Reddit and tweet us to the news. So in the meantime, until next week when we find out whether I was right or whether Chad was right, may the Bitcoin bless you.